My 3 times Great-Uncle Alfred was born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania in 1829. He accomplished a lot in his 87 years living in this area. He was actually one of the first Pennsylvania Railroad employees hired in the newly created Harrisburg shops in 1846. His obituary indicates he ran the first train from Harrisburg to Pittsburgh. And later, he was the first engineer to actually go through the Glitzen tunnels. He was involved in many business ventures in the Harrisburg area, including being the director of the Harrisburg National Bank. Old newspapers indicate that he had a summer home in Raysorville Heights. It took me a long time to figure out where that was. In this episode, I explore hidden historical locations and I trace Uncle Alfred's life as one of the first residents in this area of the Harrisburg suburbs. So from 1906 to 1916, my 3 times Great-Uncle Alfred had a summer home. It took me a while to figure out where this house was actually located. Originally, I thought it was that house, and it still might be it. But then I found a fascinating picture in a book called Got Gas, which featured old gas stations around the Pennsylvania area. And it was featuring a gas station that used to be located down there. But the interesting part of that picture was a building right here called Raysor's Daily Market. So this entire area used to be part of John Raysor's farm, and it was eventually all sold off and developed into what is now Penbrook, but at one point this was called Raysorville Heights. I still have to figure out which house was his. Is it that place right there, which records show was built in 1900? The one next to it was built after that, so this could have been a solo farmhouse back then. Or was it Raysor's Daily Market that was sitting right there? The picture's pretty cool. You can see this road as a dirt road back then, and you can see that house in the photo. And there's another house behind this structure that I matched up to be able to locate exactly where that was. The old Sizer's Meat Market, where you can see the houses in the background here match up. So one of the articles indicates that there was a storytellers club being held up here at what they called Maple Terrace. And the president was Mrs. L.A. Hetrick. So Hetrick Funeral Home is now up here. So I'm thinking maybe this is Maple Terrace. But one of the other interesting articles indicates that when L.A. Hetrick's father passed away, they dug up this giant cherry tree and moved it to Maple Terrace, or L.A. Hetrick's home. So wonder if the tree is still there. Yeah, I don't know if this is what they called Maple Terrace back then, but this is the Hetrick Funeral Home. And it is located in what would have been called Raysorville Heights. January of 1945, my 2 times great-grandfather, Howard, died here at 3220 Sunnyside Avenue. When he lived here, this was all just an isolated wooded area. You know, right now, Progress Avenue goes through here, but this extension of North Progress Avenue didn't even exist when he was here. This was an old country dirt road